And since the rest of us lost an hour of sleep, you might find it hard to wake up tomorrow as well. Joining us with some advice on how you can spring forward instead of snooze forward is Dr. Yelena Cherniak. And Dr. Cherniak, thanks a lot for joining us. You're a clinical psychologist at IU Health. What are we supposed to do? I mean, it may not seem much to a lot of people, but a shift in the hour can have an impact on us, right?
Absolutely, absolutely. On average, most people will only really lose about 40 minutes of sleep in that switch over the weekend, but we all respond a little bit differently to the adverse effects of being a little bit short on sleep. So it can be tough to adjust, and it can take us a while, sometimes the whole week, to resynchronize our internal clock and the new time switch.
Let's talk about some of the tips. What are some of the tips you can put in place to help you deal with losing an hour of sleep?
Yeah, good question. So hopefully most of us have gotten caught up on sleep beforehand and maybe even have gotten gradually used to this new time switch. But even if we haven't, it's not too late. The most important thing that we can really do is develop a routine, a healthy kind of wind down routine to help cue our brain and our body that it's time to go to sleep earlier than most of us are used to with this daylight saving. Additionally, we can use light to our advantage. So that cue is very important for our brain. It can release a lot of hormones that can tell our body when it's time to be alert and awake and when it's time to be asleep. So especially bright early morning sunshine can be helpful. So getting outdoors even briefly can be helpful. And conversely, limiting some of that bright sunshine in the evenings while our body is adjusting can be very helpful. Another suggestion is limiting our intake of stimulants like caffeine. Sometimes we will overindulge because we're kind of dragging and tired.
Exactly, yes.
Yeah, and most people don't realize just how long those stay in our body, and so they can be a little bit counterproductive and keep us up later and just exacerbate our sleepiness problems a little bit. And then most importantly, we need to be a little bit kinder to ourselves. So changing up our evening routine, changing up our morning routine, just to be able to help our bodies adjust. That might mean taking it easy on Monday morning, maybe not overextending ourselves. It might mean making time for a brisk walk or a power nap over lunchtime Monday when we might be dragging. And then having some extra sympathy for kids and maybe pets that might not have gotten the memo and need a little bit of extra help getting to the new routine.
And I noticed my dog slept longer this morning instead of waking up in the middle of the night like she usually. She doesn't depend on a clock, so her body's still on the same schedule. So some excellent tips there for us this morning. How long does this little bit of jet lag last, do you think? How long does it typically take people to get over that loss of sleep?
Most of us will be okay by maybe Tuesday, Wednesday.
Okay.
By the end of the week, I think we should all be okay unless we went into it really sleep deprived or really stressed out.
All right, Dr. Yelena Cherniak, thanks a lot for helping us out this morning. We appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you.
Thanks again.